Okay, guys, good evening to everyone. You are now in your 10th session of the total of 12 sessions. You're almost there. And today we will be discussing a little bit more of the HVAC, which we started last week. And then what else? Firefighting. Okay? This is the second session of your MEP lessons. All right? Let us now share the screen. Okay, so let's open the last file that we have. I don't know why is it not here. That has, there it is, HVAC, right? Let's open HVAC. You want continuous also today, Srini? Continuous, no break, and then we finish 9 and rest. Better, right? Because last time you became very tired. Huh?
If not, let's go for a break.
Okay, yes. So this is the last file that we did. Actually, we started firefighting also, right? These are the sprinklers. We place sprinklers. So firefighting is kalas. Finish. There is up. We'll just copy it. So we will not create another file. So the HVAC will include the firefighting. That's okay. But in reality, sometimes they combine in the mechanical model the uh, firefighting and the HVAC. Sometimes they combine that. What is combined also is the electricals, which is lighting, power, and sometimes they include there all of your ELBs, no? The cameras, security, and what else? Data, right?
Right.
Your cabinets and data racks. So let's look at this model that we did. Let's just go to the 3D view. Okay. So just bear in mind that when you are working with the MEP templates, by default, the view is according to the discipline. So if you look here at the properties of your view, you'll see here that it has the discipline HVAC. Okay, it is main discipline is mechanical, and then it has a subdiscipline of HVAC. In the same way that when we started the plumbing model, it is having the plumbing discipline. Okay. So just one quick question: why do we see the pipes as straight line? Simple answer, right? Because we are not in the fine view. So now you see the pipes. Okay. So you cannot edit this plumbing because it is just a link. Let us check the link that we have for this HVAC model. Go to your Manage tab, click on the Manage link, and you will see that you already have 3 models that are included here. Okay, just click OK. So what we'll be doing now are the ducts. Okay, we'll have a main duct, and then it will have some branches, and we will also try the flexible ducts. You know, the flexible ducts is like the best solution when the normal ducts cannot fit into the ceiling, because a flexible duct can bend in certain rooms. So when we do this, the ducting in HVAC, it is also important that you set up your elevation, section views. Okay, similar way that we did the plumbing. So we know where the air terminals are. Okay, let's just check the ceiling plan to see our terminals. Okay, so when the arrow is pointing out, these are supply, and when the arrow goes in, that is the return. So for the return, we will not put a duct. Okay, we'll just put the supply on the supply diffusers. Okay, on this air terminal. So we have one, two, three. So alternate, right? So we'll have 6, 2, 4, 6. Okay. We'll be working with the plan view and section view. Okay. So let's go to the level 1 mechanical. So in the level 1 mechanical, even if we have placed the terminals in the ceiling, you can still see it right here, right, in the plan view, because we want to know where the branches will go. Okay, that's how it is set up. So let's start main duct under systems. You have here the duct. Okay, maybe you'll ask, what's a duct placeholder? The duct placeholder are just the lines when the engineer is not yet have not finalized on the size of the duct. He will just put a line on that. Then later on, he will decide on what size of the duct it is. Of course, when you do this HVAC, you have to be guided by your mechanical or HVAC engineer. Okay. At the end of this lecture, you are not going to be an HVAC engineer, right? At least you know something about HVAC modeling. Okay. Because there are certain parameters, there are certain calculations for the engineer to know how many supply ducts he needs and what is the volume of air that he needs to supply in a certain size of room. And it also depends on a certain kind of environment. For example, the building is in Switzerland. Do you think they still put HVAC there in Switzerland? Did they put AC there in Switzerland? Heater, right? They put heater. Maybe they have the fan only, but they don't need to put cold air, right? Because it's yes, they live in under the ice there in Switzerland and other very cold countries. Even the summer there is like winter here or more. Yes. So this is like Kashmir. Right? Have you been to Kashmir?
Yeah, but I really,
Didn't go yet, huh? Very far, right? It's in the north, right?
yeah, some it's not.
Yeah. And maybe the Pakistanis are waiting for you. Dangerous, right?
Yes, sir.
Always fighting, right?
Many of
But I heard I had one uncle before. I always tell this to my students. He went to Pakistan for a couple of weeks to visit some friends there. And he said Pakistan is a beautiful country. It's almost like Switzerland, especially the northern part. It's almost like Switzerland, but so many Pakistan people. That's the only difference. The climate is very good and the food are fresh, meat and milk and everything and vegetables. It's very good. Lastly, you have to go Pakistan. Okay? Because our country is very hot and humid, Sri Lanka, right? I don't know about Ghana. Ghana, you have so much rain also, right? Razak? So much rain. Okay, so let's continue. We'll put the duck. We'll just assume, okay, if I click duck right here, I will have options of the size of the duck. Okay. You'll see here the size. So it's 300 by 300. It's actually small for a main duct. Main duct should be a little bit bigger. So let's say we will be having width of let's use 450 maybe 450 and even 450 is let's go 600. Let's have 600 by 450. The height will be 450. Okay, you set it up right there. You already have the values there. Okay, so you will have 600 by 450. 600 by 450. Okay, and then you have to make sure that the system type is supply air. Okay, so this is the supply because you have an option here that will be return and exhaust. Okay, so we'll not be doing return and exhaust. Exhaust, they use it mainly if they're like the restaurants, right? That they need to exhaust air going outside. And for return air, it can have a pipe, it can have a duct system, or it cannot have a duct system. So it's just like they're balancing the air. So it's mainly for the supply air. And what other else? Okay, these are flows. No, this we don't know this. We need the engineer to do the calculation. They have the formulas to tell us what are the flow for the mechanical flow. We don't know this. Okay, and this can be added later on when the engineer calculates the volume of the room, and then he will say the flow should be this much, and etc. etc. So now we'll just be drawing a duct as if we are drawing a pipe. Okay, and you'll see here that we have a height already. See, so the reference level is level 1, which is at the floor, and now the middle elevation that we have is 2750. So you need to think now, what is our ceiling height? I think it's 2.6, right? So after 2.6, it is saying middle elevation. That means the middle of the duct, right? So the middle of the duct, if our duct is how much? 450? The height is 450. That means half of that is 225. So 225, the 225, that you have to add 225 to the 2.6, okay? So that you will have a clearance. Yes, of but let's make it 3 meters. It's better, right? Let's make the middle elevation at 3,000. Okay, just to be safe. And now we'll put it right here, in the middle. Okay, we'll draw it like that. And then, okay, just one. And maybe we can bend it like this. Okay. No. Okay, that's okay. I will have another duct here. So let's say that it has a riser. The machines are at the back. Okay, so let's say the exit is here at the back. There'll be like an entry point from outside, and it will be bending like this, and it will be going uh, like that. Did it bend? If the distance is not long enough, it will not bend properly. That's what's happening with us, right? So what I will do is I will try to extend this a little bit like that, and then I will try to create something similar. Then I will bend like this. So now the bend allowed it because these are big ones. They need bigger radius, right? And then maybe I'll just select all of these and try to move it here, okay? And now it is somehow finding a connection. So if you just push this, it will connect the other duct. See, no connection. It will connect it like that. Okay. So now we need the branches. So remember the middle uh, elevation of your duct because that's where we will connect the branches. So that is 3,000, right? So now let's go for branches. Okay. This is the supply. For the branches, we need to have a section view right here. Let's have a section view right here. Okay, and let's look at it. Okay, so that's what we have right now. So this is our main duct, and this is our terminal. So if I click my terminal, I will have a 300 by 300 branch. That's good enough, right? It will go right there. So let's try if it will hit this. But we need to have some elbows, some bends. Let me see if it's possible. Otherwise, we need to lift up our duct, which is not possible because that's already the slab. It will hit the slab already. See, this is the bottom of the slab. So that's where coordination happens. So let's click this and let's see if it can go like that and go like this to the middle. What happened? Wow, we cannot make the bend. Wait. Fine. Okay, I think we have a problem with the bend. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll make this smaller. Let's make it 200 by 200. It's a branch anyway, right? 200, 200, oh no, 300 width is fine, but the height will make it less. Make it 150. Let's make it 300 by 150 height. Okay, 150. Like that. 150. Okay. Let's see if I create similar. If it can go right here. Oh no. Just, let's remove this for now. Let's try again. Click this. Okay. I'll just lift this up like this for now, just to create the actual radius. Then we'll adjust later on. Then I'll bend it like this. So it is creating a radius. So now, once I have that, I will select this and replace it, change the size. So, okay, this is different. We need to change this to duct width 300, duct height, make it 200. Okay. And this guy, make it, we have a problem with this big duct. So big. Duct width, make it 200 also. Let's see. And make it 150. Okay, that's smaller. Okay. It will actually create a reducer. So it is fine if you need that, but I want to make this smaller also. I'll make this height of 150. Okay, yeah. And it's too short. No problem. I'll remove this. Let's see if I can connect this to this. What if I disconnect this directly? Possible? I think possible, right? Then this guy can connect here. There, okay? This is not actually wrong because it went straight, right? We remove this for now. Click this and create the duct. Okay. We'll just make it straight for now and then we'll replace it. Replace the size, make it 200 by 150. Do what can be possible. Let's make it 200 by 200 if it is possible. 200 by 200. Okay, so that's the 200 by 200. Then let's create similar to that. Create similar if it will be bending. It bend. Oh, not possible. Asli, what's happening? Asli. Okay, create similar. Like this. We will connect it later. Not possible. Okay, again, click this, click that, and then let's try it this way. And let it go this way. Okay. Again, we just try, okay, and we'll adjust later. Create similar, and it could go like that. Okay. Oh my, oh my. Okay, make it small. 200. Make 200. Okay, and this as well. Make it 200 by 200. Okay, yeah, that's looking good now. And also this, make it 200 by 200. There you go. Okay. Now the challenge is, will it be able to move? That's it. Move it down. I think the best solution is to move this guy a little bit here, right? But it is now hitting that wall, Hasty. Let's put it on the other room, okay? So that it will just not hit the. Then let's move it like this, and then see it is creating a reducer, right? Let's move it here. Delete the element. Let it be right there. Okay, it connected now, Hasley. Not yet connected. Okay, so that looks like that now. If we look at the plan, it is something like this, right? So once you've created a setup like this, you can just copy it. Actually, we can do better. We remove this, and then we'll just let this connect straight there. Boom. That's better, right? And maybe we can now move this guy here without any problem. No more problem. Let's look at the section. Oops. But some guys left it. We left this, right? Undo. So let's this is not connected actually. We need to lift it up so it will be connected like that. So now we have a problem with the height. So this is the real scenario. This is the real problem that is happening at the site. That's why things needs to be seen in the design first. That's why they use Revit now to see the actual thing. I mean, to see it virtually first. So what we'll do now is we will change the main duct size because it's too big. So let's just use the 400 width, 300 width, and then maybe the height will be uh, 200, 250. Okay, so that should be enough for us. And then let's remove this fitting, then the other fitting. Now let's see the plan. Okay, so this is the one that we have corrected. So this is like the one going outside. So I think that's fine if it's even big. So we can try to connect it right there, and it will create a reducer. See, there will be a reducer. That's fine. And then this now can be connected. We just remove that and then let it connect. What are the other tools that we can use? Can we use our tool? We can use our modify tool, this tool, right? If you click this, click the end of it, and then click this guy, boom, to logo on its own, okay? Or you can do it manually, okay? Then let's adjust this, guys. Let's copy, let's move it. So that includes everything now, and then try to adjust it here. Yeah, it works. Okay, let's align it to the other. So that's how it looks in the 3D. So that looks better now. Hmm? This wall? So a little bit more, right? What is this wall for? Ah, that's the partition, right? So maybe just for these two, we will do a window selection like that, and then move it a little bit more. Okay, possible. Also, this can be moved a little. Okay. So now that you have all of these, you can just actually, this is a return, right? This is a return. So this is the supply. I will remove the supply, the other supplies, because I will just copy these guys. I will take this. Oops, sorry. I'll take this. Okay, copy. And then from here, I'll put another one right here. What's the distance? That's the 5,000. There, right? And then another one, 5,000. There you go. Okay? They have proper connection. See, there's a dotted line right there. And then on the other side, can we just mirror it? Of course we can, right? We delete this. So we select these guys. But the problem is it might not have a nice connection here. So maybe let's see what happens.
We can mirror and we can move down.
So let's see what happens if okay. Let's try to mirror. Mirror using an axis. Pick an axis, which is this. No. Should be the middle of this. Let's try. Draw an axis here. Let's see. Did it double? If I remove this? Oh yeah. I'll remove this. And I will just connect this. I think that's better. It'll connect it right there. It will create a proper connection. It's not a proper connection to the middle. This should be like a T, right? In the middle. So there is a mistake there. So this actually, I can replace it. This is already a T. Uh, anyway, that should be good enough for now. Oh, but this is not copied. What happened, Rosak? I'll undo. Ashley, what happened? Select this guy. Okay. And mirror from here to there. Okay, I think that's good now. And then I will copy this. I will place it not exactly at the opposite of that. I will a little bit move it a little bit, and maybe this somewhere here. Okay, so now how does our HVAC look like in the 3D? Oh, Razak will do this now on all the floors. Huh? He's so fast, right? Razak, you can put your HVAC now. Okay, that's a nice thing. We don't need this. Yeah, that's enough. That is looking good now, Razak. Okay. And there are like equipments that you need to place here in terms of supplying the air. I think they are called in the systems. You put the mechanical equipment. So you will load the family. I know it should be here. If I go to my families, since we are using a template, it should be here. Check the mechanical equipment. So you have to have like uh, air handling unit, okay, or parallel fan power VAV unit. I think it should be a VAV unit, okay. And then what is the inlet that we have? We have a big inlet. So let's try to get this. And let's go to our mechanical plan. Let's try to put this outside of the building right there. Let's see. Let's put this here. There you go. Mhm. See, there are the connections, right? If you click this, what is that connection? That's the in. We need the out. It should be the out. So let's change the size of this. It's too big. Let's make it start this with 400 on 400 by 400. That's 400 already. This is actually wrong now. It'd be 400 by 400. Okay. So now we can actually rotate this because that's the out. These are in. Okay. We rotate it. Or is there um, no way that it can flip? No? So we have to rotate it. Rotate 180 degrees. Okay. So that is the out. So we click this guy, create duct. Okay. Will it connect? I think it will connect. Okay. But what is the, it's at the ground now. See? So we have to modify this and put it at elevation. What is the elevation we have now? Let's check this. What is its elevation? 3121.3. Copy that. Not copy. And then let's get this elevation 3121.3. Okay, and then we'll remove this. And now let's put that up. Like that. It should match that. And let's connect them using our modify tool. This, click and click. Oh, click and click. Did it connect? Boom. All right. So you need your structural support now for that VAV unit. Razak, for your school building. For your, so there's the connection already. Okay. So what Razak will do, he will copy this to the other floors. Right? This can actually be, now we can just copy it. Okay. There's nothing else that will be copied. Copied. Paste, align to selected levels. Let's put it to level 2. We don't have other levels. We did not copy our levels, right? We did not copy our levels. So we have now level 2. So I will not put the other levels. So maybe in the upper levels, they just use split type AC. Okay? Supplied by the tenant. Okay. So this is maybe the main ones because we have a supermarket maybe at the ground floor, and at the upper floor we have something else. At the upper floors, this will be split unit. Okay, easy. Ashley?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
How to connect the two ducts? Okay.
This and that.
Yes.
Actually,
Apply from right.
yeah, from here you will have, you have two options actually. When you have the rooftop unit, we put it there and then it will go down. So let's put a rooftop unit. Okay. Or in certain places here in Qatar, like Barawa City and Lusail and some parts of West Bay, they have what you call the chilled water pipe.
Direct.
So it will go from the down going up.
But normally the building is the top.
Yeah, for normal buildings like in here in Doha, we have the rooftop unit. So let's put a rooftop unit. Let's go to the roof. We don't have a roof plan. So our problem is we need to create levels, right? Let's go to our elevation. We will not copy monitor the levels anymore because we've done that exercise already. I don't want to waste your time. But in the actual work, you have to do the same thing, right? You copy, monitor the levels. So let's go just to one of the elevations. And let's copy the elevation. Save the project. So we just get this and copy. It will automatically name it. So, okay, we have the roof. We need only up to the roof, right? Okay. Level 5 is the roof. Let's rename this better. Okay. By the way, if you are watching this video for our students who are not able to attend here, if you have any question, just comment it on the video. Okay. I always answer questions. Okay. Then let's bring the view, plan view, floor plan, 3, 4, and roof. Shift. Okay. Okay. Now we are at the roof plan. Where should we put our rooftop unit, Hasley? Okay, so maybe near the tank. It's okay, right? Or maybe, let's see. But our unit is here. Our VA, see? The result is good, huh? So VAV is here, right? So let's put it here somewhere. So let's go to systems. Again, this is under mechanical equipment. Let's see first, maybe we already have it here. Under mechanical equipment, boiler. Is this a boiler? No. Air handling unit, this is at the floors. You know, there is a room for the air handling unit, but we're not using this. We need the, so we don't have it here. Radiator, what is a radiator? Not that one. So we need to load, right? Mechanical equipment, let's load the family. Go to our US, library, English, US, and let's go to the mechanical, MEP this time, okay? What is it? It is actually a water side component, okay? So we have cooling towers, yeah, right? Oh, that's it. What size? So this is will be decided by the engineer depending on the how much volume of air it will be supplying. Yeah. So let's just get a simple one, which is this maybe. But this is so big, right? I think this is enough. Let's open. So for those who are watching, we are just assuming the design. So we are sort of doing the conceptual way of how to what should be at the rooftop and what should be at the floor levels and how to connect things. A disclaimer: we are not HVAC engineers, so if you are planning to learn HVAC modeling, you have to be properly guided by your HVAC engineer when you do this. Okay, let's put it right there. Where is the out, the result? Out is right here. Okay, so we need to rotate, right? Otherwise, you need to pay for more ducts. You're doing this actual work like this in the site, Raja? You're working on mechanical or civil works?
Oh,
Raja?
he working on,
Building?
yeah, building.
Building, right? Architectural. So we select this and we have the out right there. We just click on this, create pipe. So we have the hydronic supply. So it's the roof supply. It's 150 mm. Just click OK, and it will go outside like that. And then we'll just create a vertical later on. I'm not sure where it should go, but that should be fine for now. Let's see. Okay. Why is my top view like this? Anyway, that's fine. Oh, default, wait, where is my view? Where is my, this is HVAC already, right? By discipline, mechanical, that's fine. Anyway, so let's look at let's have a view right here. Let's have a section view looking this way. And let's go to that view. So there's the VAV, and this is where the pipe is. So maybe let's see if I can get a pipe from here. So this is in, right? Correct, right? So the in should go to the out. So let's get this. But is it a pipe or is it a duct? Oh, it's a round duct. What happened? Happened. I think we need to check first what it should be. That's a duct. That's the supply, right? I think it should be this, right? But how come it's not going? Because I'm on that view, it should go out first, right? It did not have a branch that goes out. So let's go to that level. Oh yeah, correct. Level 3, right? This is level 3. Level 3. Hmm. Level 3. Oh, where is it, Reza? Will be level 2? Yeah. We have it already. Went out. So, where is that section? But how come it's not showing here? Maybe we need that view right here, right? Let's go again to the ceiling plan and let's create another view, which is here actually. Create a view here. Okay, go to view. In there. Yeah, this guy, right? Okay, so we have that. Where's that pipe? This pipe, we want to connect it to this. And this could probably be the riser. So when we connect that using our modify tool, this, this to that. Oh, connected. But is it the correct size? This is a pipe and this is a duct. This is a round duct. There must be like a connector here, right? We don't know how to do that. Anyway, that should be fine. Or this should be the, what is this? In. Uh, that's out. This is water. There should be water going here. And that is what? That's a pipe. Anyway, that should be good enough. And this, you can adjust it like that. And maybe you can connect it from here, right? Connect it like that. Oh, no. Okay. And let's try to connect this to this. It's possible. This and that. No. No auto route solution was found. Cancel. Maybe we don't need it to bend like this. Maybe they should just go straight like that. Oh, there's nothing. Undo it. I think that's better. So I think what I'll do is I will just copy this, right? Copy that and let it go there, the bottom. Okay, so it will connect. Now let's look at the 3D, how it looks. 3D. There is Razak's building. Almost like a real building now. Yeah, okay. So we have some issues here. We need to call our engineer how to connect that duct. I think reduce the size of this, but this is a duct and this is a pipe.
Actually, that one we need big pipe.
For this.
Yeah. Because we are using this pipe here than that one.
So maybe we can change this. The upside, right? Make it bigger. Let's see if it's possible to make it big. It's even a copper. We'll replace it, right? It's hydronic supply. Oh my, wrong. How much is that? The maximum here is 200. So let's make this 200 also. If possible. Yeah. 200. So maybe it will connect. But this is supply air, so we have the wrong one, right? So this should be, it's wrong. Anyway, this will have to have the advice of our engineer. But normally that's how it goes, right? This became a problem already. Because the air is being blown here, and usually this is like chilled water going into this, right? Chilled water. So let's make this already 200. Let's put this back to 400. What's the size of this? 400, right?
200.
No, it's 400. Yeah, 400. Okay. Okay. So this will depend on the engineering side, right? But, hmm? Okay, let's load the new one. So systems. Let's go to mechanical equipment. Mechanical equipment. Load.
The vertical and the horizontal are not line, unlined. It's a different line.
Not aligned, right? So which one should we get? The big one. This, right? Let's see. Open it. So that guy, and we'll replace this with the bigger one. How many watts? We don't know also, right? 150. Oh, that's big, right? Now we disconnected. These pipes are disconnected already. This might work. Yeah. Let's see. But where are the connections? Let's go to the roof. Oh, it's big. What does it has it have? Oh, it's on the side. It's on the correct side actually. It has a 100 mm. What if we replace one of this with uh, out? Correct, right? Out. Out. So like that. Hydronic supply. Correct. Okay. Then it should go here, right? Maybe let's bend it here. Oh no, here is okay. Why did it not become a pipe? Anyway, what's the size? Hydraulic supply, copper A, the maximum is 200. Still 200. So I guess we really need to change this to 200. Let's see. Hmm. Okay. What's that? So there's a pipe fitting. There's a transition. Nice. Let's look at the 3D. Where's that result? Ah, it's high, right? That's why it doesn't go. So we need to lift this up. We have another section. Section 2. See. So it's this pipe, huh? And where is that other pipe? Do we have other section? Sections. Section 3. There. Where is it supposed to be? Cannot see it. Lift it up. Like that. Let's see now in the roof level. So there and here, create similar. Maybe. If there's an engineer watching us now, maybe he's laughing already, right? A mechanical engineer. That's why we needed our we have our engineer Nolly. If he was here, he would have been able to guide us. But he became busy. So it's there, no? We can just connect it right there. To not go, it needs a proper connection here. I can actually try to get that. Let's get that and the side. We need on the side view. Section 1. Section 3. It's the other section. Section 3. Where's it? I need another view right there. Let's get that roof and get another section. This should be here. We can get it. So the view there. I'll just lower this down. And I will create similar. Okay. There. Not perfect. I can align it. Modify. Align. It will look good now. May not be, might not look super perfect, but at least it will not connect. Okay. There, no? So it will be something like that. I think this has to have like electrical connections and then water supply as well for this to function well. But we don't know all of the connections there. Good enough. We have something like this. It's getting a little bit technical now, Ashley. Huh? Complicated now, right? So maybe Srini became tired. So let's have a coffee break for 10 minutes. Okay, and then we'll be back for what?
Return, return,
Electrical already. Right? We're done with HVAC.
in supply.
Return, we're not putting return. It's just a grill. It's just the diffuser only. So the
Only for,
yeah, it doesn't need to have a duct system. Even if you open one of these, this is just like a holder. The air is just circulating. Yes, yes. Okay, let's have some coffee and let's show this to our viewers. And for our friends who are just for watching this, make sure to subscribe, right? And let's put it to rendered view, shaded. There, okay. What was
I
that?
have two models.
What happened?
Cannot insert that one.
You cannot what?
The model coming from China.
China?
Yes. So I need to open that model. Actually, I don't know how to open.
Maybe it's a different version. What does it say?
No, if you different version, like
You have 24, right?
yeah.
And up to 24 can open anything. Okay, where is that? Okay, flying. Okay.
That's fine.
Okay, no problem.
But you can understand. So this template, right?
Never mind.
They have
You don't need a template.
yeah, two templates.
You need a model itself. It's a template.
Model meaning what can I
It's just a template. Video. This is just a template file. If you download it from somewhere.
They send it to me. Maybe put it. So the 24.
You know,
They are done. It's correct. You are not doing other job. The
I will Qatar will never back the 80 display. It's a tutorial.
yeah,
They teach you something.
yeah, but they did already. They made modeling. Oh, they said like that. Yeah.
That is one very story doing it. You can just, right? That's what it is.
So I think you know it is Usually, I got it. So,
Eric, buta na. Sagot. Sagot pa rin. Ano to?
so,
Drawlines ka ba doon kanino? Drawlines, no?
the template means, the template,
Ano to, ano? Ano?
the template, we don't have any modeling. What is the different template and model?
Template, it will contain the family. But remember here when we were opening, we're starting a file, we started with the template.
Yeah, they already create that template.
Maybe that is for a particular project.
Template also we cannot see anything. I open.
Hindi ko lang kung meron tayong plan. Wala lang.
I don't know that. I haven't done it before.
Kasi tayo gumawa ng camera view para makita mo kung ano yung nakikita ng
Yeah, what about the young man?
Kung gusto mo yung exam natin, kasi ito, baka
Talaga pa, bumunta ko na
kahit yung exam natin, lagyan mo lang.
Okay, I was working on the mind because I will wala uru dia kung hindi ko tala man tala ni ko lang
Palay mo.
Kalau dekat join.
Oh, yung after palay mo. Pero pa din naman.
Awal dia wani.
Kasi ang ganda na kapag merong active project, nasimula yung model, tingin mo siya as template. Nandun na yung mga nakaload.
Kalau beli mulu ada ini katanya
Lalo yung mga ilaw, yung medyo matalong talaga.
Pagi orang berani tahu
Mga kapal. Oh, talaga. Alam ko lang. Ngayon, pwede na. Alam ko. Kaya nagkakaroon ako ng sa
Pengalaman cara apa?
Oh, wala. Email ko, di ba? Internet. Kami internet ka.
Betul waktu kita betul kuliah saya betul banget.
Sa lahat ko ang company, ano na yun?
Ada berita itu.
Pagkailangan mo ng
Tidak ada kalau.
ito na ideal na presentation. Pero wala naka-set up sa sheet.
Yo le debo nombre de
Effective structure. Na kahit wala kang hindi. Kung anong focus. Effective structure. Okay. Yung iba kasi gusto nila yung kaya natin klase nito. Ako din naman sir.
Ano
Basta nagka-ducting yun. Ducting yun. Sa ako totoo, madali lang talaga kung ito. Kapit ko lang yung mga ano. Binigay yung mga ito. Lang siya. Nagit ka lang padali. Kailangan mo yung makakit ng mga pila. Ano ko hindi typical na actor. Typical, nadali lang. Okay, after ng actor, iba-iba. Yan. Iba-iba lang tayo. Tapos, usually, mga writer na kakami sa Jack, mga chat to din.
or wala
Ang difficult. Kailangan lang ginagawa. Nung naman talaga ang purpose natin yan. 6 hours lang tayo. Hindi naman tayo. Hindi pa lang ibang training center. Namimigay sila ng training doon na REVIT. REVIT architecture lang. 66 hours. Focus lang. Hours. Mukha ka na ng ilang oras na itutulong siya. Nagkakaroon kami ng basic. Siguro sa 66 hours eh. 10 hours. Kasi, bigyan lang siya na except. Pero hindi naman gawin yung exercise din. Kasi pag ganun katagal, masyado nakakapagod eh. Yung mga trabaho. Wala na ang concept ko dyan. Ito tinatawag ko na pero pwede na ituro yan na isang sa yung school natin na exam. Pwede na yun eh. Meron na akong pinapalo sa YouTube. Tanda na turo ng pwede. Ang sample lang niya lagi eh. Ibalik na bahay. Isina niya. Ito. 2 floors. Hindi siya gumagawa ng ibang ano. Pero lahat ng tinuturo niya. Saudi yan. Buong Saudi. Like, pinupush talaga nila. Plus pa nga sila ngayon dito sa Sudan. Kaya dahil yung mga tinatawag nila guidelines nila. Yung parang sa guidelines ng mas detalyado. Wala na yung panggulang. Wala nang mga magaling. Although dito sa katanungan, meron kami guidelines. Ano nila mas yung Friday? Design tapos construction lang. Ngayon pati design. Pagdating ng construction, kasi ang nangyayari noon, cut to beam. Tapos, cut to beam surface. Sa tender pa lang, kapag nag-visit yung mga naka-model na yung estimate. Ano ka kaya ka talaga kaya ngayon, ito ang ispas. Parang nagkaroon sa puro. May mga ibay na ako pala, na-involve na rin ako kasi dahil ako sa is na-refresh ako. Ibig sabihin yung kumpanya. Sa EEP, sa science. Kami sa office, hindi na yan. Sa structural condition. Ako 40. So, ang EV, wala na silang materialo. Oh, almost. Kung mga coordinator na.
Ano na lang sila mga tingin.
Tapos puro kayo
So,
outsource.
mga outsource. Hindi lang drugs. Yung mga admin. Kaya ikaw oh, nakakakita ang iilis mo. Kaya na lang yun.
Pwede din na siya. Nangyari. Kaya awal na tayo.
Nanti kapag stable lang pala. Nakalipat. Set. Ano nga sa dala?
Nakakit na yan makasunod. So yun parang ito din kaya yun. Mapanalo mo na dito din na. Tapos pero ang dami sila parang tapos yung iba mga tingnan. Terus project na dito na ang project dito sa Qatar na pinipit na ano naman additional facility sa mga center sa mga
develop na lang.
kasi ngayon wala dito tatayin ng yun, di ba? Nakakaligalog na yun. Dahil pa ang bulli rin bumukas, di ba?
Kaya hindi pa mapuno yung city center, hindi pa puno.
Wala namang tatayin ng mulong na yun. Wala nga halos shops yung mga mulong na yun, di ba? Iba rin sa
kaya sa halip ibigay sa mga tao sa trabaho din.
Pati yung ano, patapon business, ginawa sa mga hindi ka lang ate. Bigay-bigyan kami yung nurse doon sa picture siya na katakakali. Package na. Let's say 20,000 to that, 25,000 na.
Yung kaibigan ko sa hire service. Kaya ako,
Tahun nila bari dia bari anjir ko papeles. Tapi dia kan dari sana. Dia pakai yang pakai kamera. Nah, ini pengen Ini technical ya ini. Where are we now? Let us continue. Sirini. Sirini. Call Azat. What time is it now? Sirini was. So we're done with the HVAC. We have the firefighting already, but let's add a few things in firefighting. What can you put like on the wall? The one where you have the fire hose cabinet. So let's see if we can find the fire hose cabinet. Let's put it at the level 1. Let's see if we can find the fire hose reel. In systems. So what is it? Is it a mechanical equipment? Probably, right? Mechanical equipment. Let's load it. Let's go to MEP. What can it be? Oh, see, there's information communication. Later, that's for you, right? That will be next week. So for now, what can that be? Let's try in general components. Tanks, heat pumps, heat exchangers, condensers. Not here. Is there fire? Mechanical. Oh, there's fire protection. There is a folder for fire protection. Oh, see, you have the box. There's the cabinet. Okay. There you go. Surface mounted. Recessed. So this is a good one. Surface mounted. So we'll just go for the surface mounted, not the one inside, right? So let's get this. I will put it here. Now, by default, it says place on face. You should place it on vertical face because we're in plan view. Like this. And let's put it right here. Ah, we are ready, Ashley. Okay. So let's see how it looks like. Let's get a camera view. There you go. Oh, it's empty. We need a fire hose reel. This is just a cabinet, right? We need the reel. Let's go back to the plan view. Let's go to the upper floor. Let's get again. Where is it? Mechanical equipment. Load family. Fire hose. These are just cabinets. So there's no reel. Accessories. Alarm, pressure switch, heat detector, gas detector. There. Connections. Fire department connections. Oh, these are good ones. It's big, right? Three-way. Mm-hmm. Oh, grid bulbs, right? No, we need a fire protection engineer this time. Anyway, you see all these families, that's where you can get that. What else do we have? You have the sprinklers already. You have different types. So we have upright, pendant, semi-recess. There's sidewall also. From the side, it comes on the side. Posted, upright. There is also what they call those FM200. Where can those be? These are tanks that has like foam to stop the fire. No? I think it's not here. Maybe it's in mechanical or something. Okay, so those are what you will be having. So now let us save the file and close the file. So all the engineers now have done their work somehow. The mechanical engineer did his work, the structural engineer did his work, the plumbing engineer did his work. They will now report and send all of this to the architect. So now we'll open the architectural file and bring all of these links and see how it looks like, right? So this is where the process of coordination will happen. Okay. I will close this. Where is our main file? Arc2. This. This is our main building. I think the structural is already linked, right? But the engineering, the other engineering are not yet linked. Oh, I think we're gonna have a problem because we have a ceiling there. We have a curved ceiling. The AC will not go through. But anyway, so let's now bring in the other links. Go to your insert. Let's check first what we have already. What are the links? Manage link. So you only have the structural. Okay. You can actually add your link here. You can just click add, then bring in the models. B11 plumbing, B11 HVAC, one by one, open. Okay, no problem with that. Next. What else, Rini?
Plumbing.
Plum, that one. What are these? 2, 3, 4.
PhD.
Backup files, right? You delete those when you have the time. Lamb, close. Do we have anything more? No more. All right. So next week we'll save for next week for electrical. Right? We have lots of time for electrical. We can actually start now. We'll put the lighting, just the lighting. Click OK. Oh, Razak, there they are. See, it's coming through now. Like a real building now. How about the, oh, see, you have the equipment there. Here is up. Now see, we have problems now. You'll see that this duct is hitting a window. So that's where the structure, the coordination will happen. Not only it's hitting a window, it's hitting it's a wall sweep actually. So maybe you need to bring it down a little bit like that. So the architect will decide on that. Or maybe he will tell the HVAC engineer to move your duct a little bit to the left or to the right. Okay. Let me just hide the trees. Okay, see, here is your building. This is where all your water supply and everything. So this is where your collaboration and coordination happens. Okay, that sometimes you need to see even this is wrong, right? It should be up to here only. So what should we do? Attach top to base up to here only. Yes. Okay. It seems like you have a real building now, right, Rajak? Okay. So let's put lighting. Okay. Let's light it up. Close the file. So now what happens here, if you save this, you have what you call nested links. The architectural model itself has nested links. It has different links. So for example, I open a new file for electrical. I'll bring the architectural model. It is possible actually just to bring the architectural model, but you add the nested links. The other links will be loaded to it. That's one option. Or you just bring them one by one separately. Since we have a shared coordinate system, it will all fit correctly, right? So let us now close this file and save. Make sure we save it. Okay. So we did some changes. We loaded the links. How do we start? Electrical.
New.
All tired now, huh?
Go to new.
New? Browse, of course, right? Same way. You will never forget it because, oops, I made a mistake again. Browse. I'm going to English Imperial. English only. Electrical. Where's the electrical? Electrical default metric. Okay. Is there lighting default metric? Nothing here. So we'll combine the lighting and electrical. This is for Great Britain. Okay. This is okay. Residential. Okay. Okay. Actually, if you have the time, you can check out these other templates. This residential template actually contains already the MEP and structural families, but for small residential projects. Because in smaller projects, you don't need to really link create separate links. You can create the architectural and the structural and the MEP all in one model. You don't need to divide it because it's just a small file. Yes, but we are doing what we do in actual practice when we have bigger projects because it's difficult. It will be very heavy if you put together in one file. Okay, just for your information, an ideal Revit model is ranging from 100 MB to 200 MB. So for like a big hospital project, maximum file size 200 MB. So you cannot put them all together. So one for an architectural, which we may include interior, it might be like 100, 150 MB, something like that. And then when you put everything together, sometimes the file will be up to 1 GB. Okay. So I will try to limit the size of the file. That's why when we are working for multi-story project, we are using links. Okay. But if you have a residential project, small shop, a small structure, you can put all of the disciplines in one model. Okay. That's why also we have this default multi-discipline Revit template. So you can do everything there. Let us now go to electrical default metric and click open. And okay. Okay, what's next? Trini? What's the next thing? Link the file, right? Insert. Link. Where's the link? Link Revit. There is our file in our documents. In focus. D11 ARC2, right? Oh, we have so much backup already. ARC2. Open. So it says the following nested links will not appear because their reference type is set to overlay in the link. So it is set in overlay. But if we change the reference type to attachment, it will bring them all into this model. We don't need to link the other ones. So now we still need to link. Okay, I'll just close. Now let's bring the other ones. Important one is the HVAC, right? Because we have the location of this diffusers. Think REVIT. Let's bring HVAC. I'll keep it that way for now. Okay. I will not load everything. Let's just look at the 3D for now. Important is we can see the ceiling. Go to the ceiling, level 1. Where is our ceiling? You can see the ceiling. Because of the view, right? The view is in electrical. If we put it to coordination, you should be able to see the other ones. Discipline. If you change this to HVAC, where's the HVAC? You can see it. Why can't we see them? All. Okay. These are hidden lines. Report analysis, no. Self-discipline. Lighting. Okay, let's look at the 3D. Can we see the? Can see the HVAC. You already have the unit at the roof, right? Why is it not coming here? Manage link. Manage link. I have my HVAC. Why is it not showing? Okay. Let's try to solve this. Discipline is electrical. Change it to coordination. But still, I cannot see the unit at the roof. Hmm? So the hidden lines. Actually. What happened to the HVAC, Razak? Where did it go? Why can't we see it? It's hidden. There, it's hidden. Okay, so in the setting, the HVAC is hidden. So if we go to the ceiling plan, you click this, you will see the hidden elements. I cannot even see it. I cannot see the ceiling. We need the ceiling lines, right? So what happened, Razak? We are tired now, Hasli? Taban? Hasli? What is the problem, Razak? We need to solve this. Ceiling plan. Hmm?
Check level, go around,
Where is the level? Let's see the elevations first, right? Yeah, the levels is wrong, right? See? The level 1 is at 0, which should be there, right? So we move this level right there. Then our level 2 should be in the correct level 2. And then we copy these levels. See, has that solved the problem? Right, has that? There's it. Level 4, right there. Level roof. And then, never mind the upper roof. And now let's edit. Here, move it up. So these are our levels. Okay, these are our mechanical, electrical levels. Okay, level 2, level 1. So now if I go to my ceiling plan, level 1 ceiling, electric. Why is it not there? There, we can see it now. Solved, right? Because of the view. So now we can put our lighting. So this big ceiling, this is the curved ceiling, right? Why? It's hidden, right? Here, Raja. There, it's hidden. Okay. So let's show the hidden thing so that we can avoid it. Now let's put our lighting. Go to our systems. Go to our lighting. Under here we have the lighting fixture. Oh, we already have lighting. Plain recessed lighting. Let's use the 600 by 600 277 volts. But how come it's coming like this? Because I'm trying to place it on vertical face, right? I need it to place on face on. Okay, there you go. Let's place it here, one here, another one here. And now how come my view is like this? Because I am in the show hidden elements view. In the normal view, this yellow that emits is not shown because this is the light coverage. But it is being shown because we have this switch on. So I'll just escape for now. And then I will just click on this HVAC model. I right click on it and I will say unhide in view. But it is not possible. Why? Because our view template is set not to show the HVAC model. Okay. How do we solve that? How do we solve that? How do we show this guy? Raja. See, this is the actual, how does it look on it, the lighting. Raja, how do we solve this? Do we have a view template? It should be here somewhere. See, we have node view template. If you click that, if you put electrical ceiling or mechanical ceiling, you can show the things that you want to show. So since there's none, or maybe let's put the electrical ceiling, then we want to put the HVAC. So we will have a visibility graphic override. Click this. Now we want to show the HVAC model, which is actually right here, but it's already showing, right? In model category, I want to show the mechanical. So what are not shown? What you call that? Diffuser. What is it? Where is it? Duct. Duct. What is it? Is it duct or what? Should be air terminals, right? Are they air terminal? Huh? This air terminal. There. You already showed the multiple. Mechanical, everything. MEP, mechanical equipment. So that's why we are not seeing the big equipment on the roof. The mechanical equipment is off. So we'll check that. And duct accessories, duct insulation, what can it be? Ducts, we don't need to show the ducts. Maybe it's accessories. Say apply. Okay. Okay. Still not shown. Anyway, that's okay. So let's just add the, let's just get it to show again so we can avoid hitting it. So we just copy these lights, copy, have one set there and another set maybe right here. Okay, trying to avoid maybe another one here. Okay. Okay. So we said we have those lights. I will now move that, and we have the light fixture already. So what else can you put in your uh, electrical plan? We have the power. If you go to the power, you can put now the outlets, which is actually here under electrical. We can put the device. This is receptacle. Okay, you have a receptacle. Usually they go to the wall, right? At the walls, right here. Place on vertical face, right there. Okay, so that Razak can charge his phone, right, Razak? You need outlet, right? Let's put some outlets right there. And here at the reception. Toilet. Do we need outlet at the toilet? Don't need, right? Maybe here on. We have all these outlets. Oh, there's a door there. Is there a door there? We need one here.
Glass.
That is glass. So dangerous, huh? They're not put there. So this is very simple. Just to place the power outlet, the lighting, and the complicated part there right now is to connect them. Yes, put the switch on the lights and put the power source for all of these things. Okay, so we need to prepare well for that. But since this is electrical, we will add the other things like Srini's thing, the communication things, right? So let's go to our, um, let's see what we have in the family since this is an electrical template. Under what's Srini? Electrical fixtures, equipment. What's Ethernet switch?
Like, we will.
For internet?
We connect with people.
Ah, okay. So that is communication. Communication, right? So we can use this, right? Standard. Let's have some. Usually, when there is why is that coming? Systems. It should be electrical device, right? Communications. No communication device is loaded. So let's load. Where is communications? US communications information, I think. No? Where is it? Where is it? Maybe under electrical? MEP? There. Information and communication. Oh, there. Fire alarm. We need fire alarm. Horn. You know, what's the panel that when there is a false alarm that you need to reset it, right? FAP, fire alarm panel. Where is it? Fire alarm control panel. FACP. There. Let's just load it. Yes. And let's have more communication. We have a clock, intercom, Ethernet switch, speaker, telephone outlet, TV, wall speaker. What else? Where are your cabinets? Where can we find them? Junction boxes for data, microphone, speaker. Let's see the other ones. Building security. Security alarm. Let's put them. Why don't we have cameras? Key card, electric lock, card reader. We don't have the CCTVs. Where can we find the CCTVs? Building control, photo cell, wall occupant. I think we need to download the other. Huh? What's a photo cell? Sensor, huh? Push button switch. I think we need to download some other things next week. Nurse call. What's a nurse call? Duty station, staff station. Electrical. How about your architectural? Okay. We will download the CCTVs. Huh? We don't have it here. Maybe it's in the specialty equipment. Let's go to specialty equipment. We have things in the fire protection. Let's see what. So we have exit signs. Oh, these are important, no? Fire alarm wall, fire extinguisher. We need this. Fire hose cabinet. We already have that. Fire alarm. I think these are good ones. Let's put the exit sign. I think we should be in the component. For load family. And let's put this exit sign open. Okay, we can have an exit sign somewhere. Where is that going? Anyway, load more. There's no fire extinguisher itself. FACP. Did it go? Is that going? Anyway, later we'll put them. Now if we go to electrical device for fire alarm, I'm saying there's nothing. Fire alarm open. Is it possible to put it now? Fire alarm? No? Okay. I think we need to prepare better for next week for the electrical. Okay. But one more thing that you can do in electrical is the cable trays where you organize the trays, right? It is actually right. Where is it? Electrical cable tray. See? Let's just show it outside of the building. Let's say we are trying to create a mock-up of the cable tray. If you go to the electrical cable tray, you just draw like that. This is just like a pipe or a duct as well. And if you bend it, it will create its own part. Do you need a cable tray also for your cable? How about for the fiber? The fiber goes into the conduit pipes or
The outside that one will building, it will go with the duct. I mean, the conduit will be with there, it will connect, right? Until that.
so this is just like that. And it also have this vertical. It can also go vertical.
Then for electrical, the same, it will
The same one, right? So that is just so this cable tray, they go either on the floor. If you have a raised floor system, some raised floors, there is like what you call that? I forgot the name.
support.
The support, and then they have the raise, and there's a space there. So they are putting these cable trays to organize the cables, and above the ceiling they hang this, and then arrange it. Sometimes it goes down like that when there's a drain. If there's a drain pipe, it will avoid it, and all of this. So that is your um pipe. I mean tray, cable tray. What else? Under electrical, they have the equipment, lighting, cable tray. So conduit, we rarely really model the conduit in the actual model, but sometimes if it is required by the client or maybe by the contractor to detail the conduits, then we put the conduits. We model the conduits, but we don't model the wire anymore. Just the conduit where the wire will go. And even when we have the cable tray, it is understood that inside the cable tray there will be cables there. So we don't need to really model the cables, okay? Because there will be a connection, but that is electrical. It will say that, for example, this is a power panel there, and then maybe all of the um, power outlets will go into that. So we don't really need to model the wire going there, but we need to assign the power panel or the supply of the power to all of these electrical devices and equipment. Okay, so we'll explain that further in as we develop our electrical model next week. Okay, and we will try to download from who can access the beam object. Yeah, beam object. Download as much CCTVs, cameras, and all other communication equipments, right? And maybe we can just share it among the group. So we can load it here. I will try to download also from my system at home. Because usually when you are doing the CCTV and security, you don't just put the camera in one place. Otherwise, it's no use. The bad guys will go on the other side. So usually they cover all the places so that when you monitor it, you see everything, right? So maybe in one room, okay, one or maybe two on both angles. But when you have a big building, so each corner maybe will have two, and then corridors, maybe each room is an office. Fire exits should have the control. Okay. So let's just discuss a little bit on your project. If you want to present this, the one that you're making, the 3 or 4 story building, you can do this. Make sure that you put all of the uh, MEP, and then set up your sheets, floor plans, elevation sections, and then you will be showing the 3D, rotating it a little bit. And then that's how you'll be presenting. There's one more thing. Did we try to do a walkthrough before, or we did not do a walkthrough yet? So we will do that after we put all of the electrical things next week. Since everything is there already, then we'll go inside the building and see if everything is properly placed, right? We can do a walkthrough and we'll have an animation. Okay? We'll put Rasak to go inside the building and we will have a nice recording of that. Okay. So I think our power source is going down now. Right? We are tired. Rasak, any question? No questions. How about Srini? No questions. Azat, have you tried to make animation walkthrough? Actually, let me give you a little bit of preview of the walkthrough. Okay. So if you click this, we always use the camera, right? But you have the walkthrough right there. So if you have a walkthrough, yeah, you can go to many places. But it is better if you're in the, don't do it in the 3D view. It's a little bit tricky here. Go to the plan view. Go to the maybe level one, and then you can start your walkthrough here. But it is better to do it on the architectural model, okay? Not here. I'll just showing you walkthrough. See the walkthrough, if you click, it is placing it is placing a series of camera. So these are cameras, yeah. Will go around. It's going around. And then it will go inside the building. Okay, go around there. Okay. Suddenly he needs to go to the. It's been tired, right? Then he needs to go, right? He needs to go and finish it. Right? Now you need to control the height of this. How do you control the height? If you go to your one of your elevation, the south elevation. Yeah. Okay, so the height is somewhere there, which is already good, right? So if you click edit walkthrough right here, look. See, these are the points of your camera. You can actually lower some of them. See this guy, just go to your path, keep the path. Okay, the path can be controlled. You can lower the camera here. So as if you can actually do a view that you are like climbing a stair. So it is going up like that. Okay. So where are we now? Okay. Edit walkthrough. Let's try open walkthrough. Now it will show us what we are supposed to see. Let's extend this. Where are we now? We are in the last keyframe. This is the toilet already. And then we go to keyframe 0. No. Okay. So our camera is in a bad position, but this is how it's being done. You play it. So somehow like that. We are in the electrical template. That's why it's coming like this. But if we do this in the architectural model, we can appreciate it more. And maybe we can place more positions. Now we just made it quickly. That's why it is something like this. So that's just a preview of how to create these walkthroughs. Just say no for now. And this is something that you can also export later on. Okay? The video. Okay. But we will not export this. This is a bad one. We'll make a nice one later on. Okay? Close this file. Save the project. Oh, we need to name it B11 ELE, right? Electrical. LEC. Save. Close the file. Close the file. Close the file. You want to do exercise? Or tired already? Alas, right? Srini is tired already. Okay, let's stop the recording now. Stop the share. Yes, good thing we have recorded. So that is our session number 2 for MEP. We have almost covered everything except for the connection of the electrical.
So we cannot find the lesson clearly.
Which
For
one?
example, session 1, session 2 is not clear. Yeah, session 1, session 2. Yeah, session 1.
We have the number, right?
Not clear.
You can hear Razak talking there. You can hear it is in one playlist, right? I put it in one playlist. It is organized there.